Hi Pisces, welcome to AshunasTarot. I went ahead and pre-shuffled and laid out the spread and connected to spirit in regards to the message coming in today. Pisces, I had to take a little time off. I was catching up on a few projects that I have and just a whole bunch of things that I've been working on, and honestly, I'm so happy to be back, and I'm rearranging my schedule to have more time and put more content out on YouTube, on Patreon, on Vimeo. So yeah, Pisces, and also for the emails that came in during the weekend, I'm getting caught up on those emails as well. If you would like a private reading, all the information is in the description box below. It's AshunasTarot@gmail.com. Don't forget to include your name, your birthday, and your questions if you would like a private reading. But yes, Pisces, let's go ahead and get started on your reading. So honestly, there's so many messages that were coming in. I shuffled twice, okay? And when I was shuffling, I got a whole bunch of cards. And it wasn't even like I wasn't even done splitting the deck when I kind of shuffled. And I shuffle a little bit differently. I shuffle upward because I like the cards to come out flying. I don't like to just flip them. I like the cards to just pop out so that there's, no denying the cards that are coming out. And so when I was shuffling your cards, Pisces, twice, it's like I did this, it's like 7 cards flew. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take them, I'm just gonna do one at a time, put them back in. Same thing happened, so I'm taking them. And yeah, honestly, Pisces, like, there's a lot of energies coming in because right now is such a significant period, because we are shifting into like the Aries season, but it's different. It's a little bit different, and I don't know if you've picked up on this like energetically. I don't know if this is more collective. I don't know if this is like a timeline thing where it hits, like there's a wave that it hits a certain collective and then another collective. Because what I've noticed is sometimes I go through some things or people around me go through some things and then it hits the collective, and it's kind of like this wave of energy. And it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically what it feels like is, we're coming from the Pisces season to the Aries season, right? So from Pisces being the last sign to Aries being the first sign. And Aries is this very like fiery, passionate energy of like, like starting things. And the thing is, like, think about the seasons too though, because springtime is when all the plants, all the animals start, procreating, or it's like everything's kind of like born anew, right? Springtime is when everything's coming back to life from the winter time, and that's when a lot of like, even like if you think about nature cycles, that's when a lot of things are starting out. That's when people are getting out of this like winter kind of like hibernation period into this like more sunny, when the days are longer. So it's not even so much like an energetic thing that you feel collectively of wanting to start things, of wanting to do, of feeling the fire. It's also seasonal. So it's like it's all very connected with like the astrology, with the astrological zodiac signs, with nature, with the seasons, with the energies that are being felt. So everything is very connected, and I swear I'm not gonna talk your ear off with this information, but it's very significant because this is kind of what I'm picking up in this reading. A lot of you, because even like right below the King of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords. A lot of you right now have been feeling this. I don't know how it works like collectively. I only know that it's a timeline thing. So if you resonate with these messages, it means that you're on this timeline. But some of you, it might have already happened. It might have, you might be coming out of it, or it might be about to happen. Like, I don't even know if that's a word. It might happen, So what I'm getting with this energy is like this Four of Swords is like that last little bit of like hibernation energy of like, okay, like let me really get my energy in place. Because what it feels like, Pisces, with this King of Pentacles and the Hierophant is like, in the Knight of Swords coming out in the reverse, is kind of like this energy of like, let's go, let's do it, let's get back to work. I have a lot of projects, I have a lot of ideas, I have a lot of things that I want to create. And the thing that I'm getting here, because of the Swords energy coming out in the reverse, because we still have the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles, is that you have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of projects, there's a lot of energy that is coming in that is, it's like, oh my god, like this is a really good idea, like maybe I should pursue that, maybe I should do this or that. It's like you are getting a lot of ideas, you are getting a lot of information. You might even feel the need to get started, or to double in, or like to 10x certain things in your life that are going well in your life. The only thing that I'm feeling is that everything's there, Pisces. Everything is there in place. Just the energy is kind of like, the energy is like, okay, let me catch up. Like, it's not to say that you don't have the energy, but it feels like there's a little bit of like, I don't know if you're shaking this off or this already happened for you. For a lot of you in the collective, I'm getting that this already happened. Like you already kind of like, it feels like a little bit of like a hibernation kind of energy of like, okay, like I need to go within real quick because I have all these ideas, I have all these plans, there's all these things that I'm wanting to work on and that I'm wanting to really like 10x. Again, because Aries season is that opportunity to 10x, because it's this fiery energy that it feels like a fire, you know, lit under your butt, a bit of like, okay, let's get started, let's build upon this, let's start these new projects, let's move forward with this, you know. For some of you it's gym goals, for others of you it's money goals, for others of you investment goals, for others of you it's like really wanting to kind of like rearrange things, move things around, get a new wardrobe, maybe change the style. Because what I'm feeling, Pisces, with this Four of Swords is you've been in that cocoon phase for a really long time. So it's like you've completely transformed. It's like a metamorphosis, Pisces. Like nobody would really recognize who you are inside and outside. Like you look different, you speak different, you feel different. Like everything about you, Pisces, has upgraded. And so you're coming out of this like hibernation season of like being within and really, really working on yourself, working on, you know what they say, Pisces? It's like, this is what I'm getting. You know how they say taking 6 months out or 5 months out, you know, or a year out can really put you 10 years ahead in your life long term? That's really, like, that's true, Pisces. Like, that is the best way to put it, because what it feels like, Pisces, is, and I said this in other readings, it feels like you were kind of like taken out of the game a little bit to go within. But the thing, Pisces, that you might not even know and that you might not even understand is that you did lifetimes of work in this hibernation cycle. In this period of going within, Pisces, you handled lifetimes of work that for other people, it might have taken reincarnations and reincarnations and reincarnations to finish. And so I don't even understand, Pisces, if you know that you've been placed ahead of the game, like drastically, significantly, Pisces. And a lot of you don't feel that way because you're kind of like, you've been inside, right? And so you're finally coming outside and you're noticing, oh, this person is here now, or this person did this, or they started this business now, they're successful, they're traveling, they got married, this person's engaged, and you're coming out of this slumber. It's kind of like you're stretching, you're yawning, you're coming out of this cycle of being within, doing the healing work, doing the integration, realigning with your goals, with your vision. And it's like you're looking around you and everybody seems to have moved on with their lives. Everyone seems to have started projects and everybody seems like they're ahead, right? And you're coming out and you're like, well, what happened to me? Like, what the heck? Like, where was I? It feels like a really long nap. It's not like a nap. It's not like going to sleep, because you were doing a lot of work, Pisces. Like, this was like the nitty gritty, like shadow work. Like you were in those deep, dark places, all right? Maybe not even doing like, sometimes like when we heal ourselves, we heal the collective. So it feels like you were doing a lot of collective work, Pisces, and personal work too. And so you're coming out of like being out of the game for like 6 months, maybe a year, maybe a little bit longer. And you're kind of looking around you and you're like, dang, it feels like a blur. It's like, I kind of like closed my eyes for a little bit and I'm looking around and dang, it's another year. Dang, I'm this age now. Or, you know, you know, I feel like I took this, you know, I closed my eyes and I opened them and all of a sudden everything around me has changed. You know, this person has kids now, this person's married now, this person has a successful business, this person's traveling the world. It's kind of like you're coming back, right? And you're noticing like where everybody's at compared to you. And that's the thing, Pisces. They say if you want to ruin a special thing, compare it to something else and you'll ruin it right away, because there is no comparison. There is no comparison because you have no idea. Like, Pisces, just because it might seem like someone's ahead of you doesn't mean that you can't just like skyrocket and surpass them. And it's not a competition, it's not, but sometimes we feel that because someone got there first, or because it seems like someone's more ahead of us, in that regard, it feels like, because that's a scarcity mindset, sometimes it feels like, oh, you know, there's not enough pie or there's not enough cake to go around. But the thing is, Pisces, that scarcity mindset, because the more people that achieve success, like the people that are looking at from like a scarcity mindset, they're like, okay, well, there's not enough room for me, or this industry is already like overpopulated, or, you know, it's like, you know, I don't even know why this is coming in, Pisces, but there's something here, like there's a little bit of a trigger with comparison. And the thing here, Pisces, is like, again, if you want to ruin a special thing, compare it to something else and you'll ruin it. Doesn't matter if it's the best person in the world, doesn't matter if it's the best program, the best business, the best idea, but if you compare it to something else, you know, the thing is, again, there's different qualities, there's different things to, everything has its own essence to it, its own signature energy, okay? There's really, like, if you think about it, Pisces, we've been here millions and millions of years. If you think about it, all the ideas, all the new creations, are they really new? Or is someone taking it in and making it their own and putting their signature energy and kind of, you know, putting it out there? And that's the art of creation, because you're putting your touch to it, right? But think about an artist, you know, wanting to jump into the industry. Oh, there's already so many artists out there, you know, who am I to make a name for myself, you know? Like, that mindset is really what holds a lot of people back. Or it's like, oh, this industry is overpopulated, you know, like, I'm late in the game. Like, no, like, do you think T-Mobile saw Verizon and said, okay, all right, Verizon has all the customers, I'm not gonna jump in the game? No, T-Mobile, Verizon, like, what, how many I don't even know why this is coming up, but how many phone companies are out there and how many new phone companies are coming out? They're not saying, hey, you know, Verizon took all the customers. No, there's opportunity for everyone. Pisces, all you need is a little slice of the pie to be a multi-billionaire, because that's how big the pie is. But the scarcity mindset makes us think that, okay, like, we're late in the game, there's not enough room, or, you know, whatever. And I don't even know why that's coming out, Pisces, but the way that I'm feeling this is like, again, you've been in this period of being within. And so you're coming out, you're looking at everything that's changed. And it's like, it feels like a nap. It feels like a little blur to you. It doesn't even feel real. Like, it feels kind of like distant. It feels like almost like a haze. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like a little blur. It feels like you went on a little nap and now you're waking up, like, you did all the inner work. You're coming out doing lifetimes of freaking work, Pisces. And you're coming out and you're looking at your physical reality and you're like, okay, I changed and transformed so much, you know, and I need my physical reality to reflect that. And so what you don't know and what you don't understand, Pisces, is you just handled lifetimes of work, Pisces, and lessons in a matter of months, in a matter of weeks, you know, for some of you in a matter of years, but you took care of lifetimes of work. You balanced and cleared the karma, okay? Like, when you're walking into the game, Pisces, you're a blank sheet of paper, okay? No past, no karma, you're coming in clean. And because of the service and the work that you've been doing on yourself, it's impacted the collective positively. So there's a lot of good karma that's going to be coming into you in these next few months and years to come, okay? You've built that, Pisces, okay? Sometimes doing that shadow work, it's like we feel like, oh my God, like, I have to balance this out, or I have to take care of this karma. But in reality, you're building good karma. You're building the rewards on the other end, because as you heal yourself, you heal the world, because now you're walking in as a healed person. So it's an entire ripple effect, Pisces. And the only way that I can explain this is kind of like compounding. Like, if you think about investing and like compound interest, it's like sometimes it feels like such a little thing, but that will ripple out and that will create generational wealth. And so doing those little things, that boring stuff that sometimes is not very attractive, is like, you know, who posts on Instagram about doing shadow work and like literally like the ugly parts of shadow work, you know, like the day-to-day things that you have to go through. That's not necessarily a highlight, you know, but it's like those little things, that's the groundwork, that's the framework to be able to sustain the pyramid of success. And so, Pisces, I don't think you understand how far ahead you just set yourself up, okay? And again, we're not talking about looks, we're not talking about any of that, Pisces, because that is all gonna catch up to where you are, okay? Now, like, reality and physicality has to catch up with you now, okay? Because you've done that framework, you've done the energetic spiritual work, and now reality and physicality has to catch up with you, okay? King of Pentacles, all right? So you go from the Four of Swords to the King of Pentacles. Like, what a difference. What a difference. It's like here, she's got nothing, really. She's bare. She's bare. She's in this healing cycle, in this healing mode, doing the shadow work, doing everything that she has to do to set herself up for success. And here, you're sitting on a throne. Like, look at the difference in imagery. Look at the difference in status, in position, okay? And this is physicality, okay? So this is something that you can show for. This is something that's going to be seen, acknowledged, and recognized. Not saying that you want that, not saying that you need that, but it will be. It will be, because now it's a matter of reality and physicality catching up with the work that you've done. And so what I'm feeling, Pisces, is it's like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain this, because it's, to like, the way that I'm feeling the cards is like, you don't really see how much of an impact you've created for yourself. Because imagine lifetimes of lessons and karma, and just maybe like, you know, like maybe one spiritual awakening, maybe one ego death here and there, you know, a couple years. But it's like you went through you went through so many, like it was all kind of like shoved down your throat, all these lessons, all this spiritual like initiations and awakenings, all this ego death and recreating yourself and building yourself back up. It's like you went through lifetimes, Pisces, in a matter of months, in a matter of weeks. Like for some of you, it was very physical, to where you were moving so much. You were shifting jobs, places, locations, styles, people around you. For some of you, it was more spiritual and energetic. For some of you, it was the whole thing. It was like spiritual, energetic, and physical. Whatever it was, Pisces, it was a process of destruction. So this was meant to destroy you, and even maybe sometimes break your spirit, so that you could come back stronger and completely new. So it was kind of like killing off who you used to be, killing off. You know how some people get really sad when they have an ego death, or when they have a failure so big in their life that it's like, well, nothing's left of me. You know, something broke inside. Like there's no more of me left. Sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary to kill who you used to be. I mean, like metaphorically, like spiritually, get rid of who you used to be, so that you can become your greater version. Because sometimes our old identity, our old ego, our old personality can only get us to a certain limit, and it can't go above that limit. It can't. There's a glass ceiling there that it cannot cross. You have to become a whole new person, literally, like the phoenix rising from the ashes, to be able to break through that glass ceiling and get to the next level. So what happens in this process? Years, sometimes months, sometimes literally, like, let's say that it took you 5 years to go through this process, right? For some people, they have the option to fast track, and everyone has this option, FYI. I don't recommend it, but for people who know their mission, who know their life goal, and who want to get there, they have the option to fast track. And it's only a matter of voicing it to your higher self, voicing it to your guides, to your angels, to God, to whoever is on your team spiritually. It's a matter of voicing it to them that you want to fast track in life, and they'll fast track you. Believe me, it will be very, very intense. Let's say that 5 years or 10 years of lessons will get shoved down your throat in a matter of 3 months, 6 months. But you'll get there faster, yes, but it's like you don't get to skip the work. You'll just have more work on your plate that you have to chew through and swallow, digest, and process to be able to get there. But yes, you can get there faster. So if for a person it took 12 years, 20 years, 10 years to go through those lessons, it's like it's a curriculum of lessons, right? Like on a spiritual level, it's a curriculum of lessons. And I don't even know why I'm channeling this. I don't even know where it's coming from. I don't know who it's for. It feels very specific, so it might not resonate for everyone, but if this is for you, you'll know, okay? Because this is something that you feel, and this is something that you'll resonate with if you've gone through it. This is not something that someone can talk to you about, because it's something that you have to feel, that you have to understand and experience in order to be able to connect with it. So if you get the message, okay, it's meant for you. If it resonates, it's meant for you. If it doesn't, it's not for you, okay? Because this is something that cannot be taught. It's something that only can be experienced. So again, if you choose the fast track, right? Let's say that, let's say that your goal is to become, multimillionaire, or to have a really successful business, or to retire early, whatever that is, right? Let's say that for one person, that's gonna take them 60 years, maybe. For another person, it might take them 80. For another person, it might take them 20 years, 10 years. But let's say that you, and it doesn't matter what age you are and what level of your life you are, fast track can happen at any stage of your life, okay? Whether you're a kid, whether you're like, it doesn't even matter what your age is. It doesn't matter, because fast track is just literally shoving a whole bunch of lessons down your throat so that you can get to the ultimate goal faster, okay? And not to say that we want to rush through things, but we do live in a 3D reality, and we do have time, and time is limited in this reality, right? And so some people want to get there faster because they want to have time to experience other things. And again, it doesn't matter what stage of life you are in, you always have that option to fast track. So again, let's say that the ultimate goal is, a multi-million-dollar business, right? So for some people, the curriculum and the lessons is spread out throughout their life to where they'll get there, in a later stage of their life. For another person, it's like, you know what? I want to get there faster because I want to enjoy everything that comes after. instead of my life being the entire journey of building up to that moment, I want to get there as soon as possible so that I can have my life after I've achieved this goal. So instead of worrying about surviving and not, you know, not worrying about, you know, the stresses of life and all these things that, you know, money can really help alleviate in that sense. I'm not saying that money is the full solution, but it definitely helps. It's like they want to get there, not because they want their entire life to be that journey of getting to that goal, but because they want to experience after, everything that comes after that. Maybe more time with their family, maybe in abundance to take your family on trips, or to experience so many things, or to give your kids a certain kind of education, or generations to come after you, leaving a legacy, whatever that is. It's like, for some people, it's not even getting to the goal of making that amount of money or to having a successful business. It's everything that they want to experience afterwards. And so again, it's different for everyone else, or for everyone, but I don't even know why I'm spending so much time there. And it does have to do with money. It does have to do with something physical and stable, because we have the King of Pentacles here, okay? There's someone who builds legacies. This is someone who has investments, savings, you know, someone who doesn't have to worry about money, someone who is jet-packed with life wisdom, okay? Someone who's been able to really win in the game of life, in the physical reality, because he is the master of the physicality, okay? He's the King of Pentacles. So what this means is that, again, it doesn't matter who you are, what stage of your life you're in, doesn't matter what the goal is, but you can ask your guides to fast track you, and they will, okay? And they will. And that is more so than often a destruction process of self. Because first and foremost, what's keeping you of attaining your highest alignment, your highest timeline, is yourself, because it's already a birthright. That's why I used to get pissed off when they said, oh, abundance is a birthright, wealth is a birthright, health is a birthright, all these things are a birthright. But it's like, well, how come a lot of people don't have them, right? Well, there's a saying that, like, your habits, you know, where you're coming from, where you're at in life, like all of that needs to be aligned, needs to be cleared out, needs to be, because they're saying that you're not necessarily attaining it, you're just becoming it. Like you're not going out there to find it, you know, because you already are it. So it's more so about uncovering, it's more so about aligning with your highest version rather than going out there and finding it and building it. So I don't even know why this is coming in, Pisces. I usually don't channel like this, but for a lot of you that have goals, for a lot of you that have been working at it, and for a lot of you that have been in this cycle here, you're going straight from the Four of Swords to the King of Pentacles. And this is very significant. Again, 22 minutes on the clock, and I can't even put the cards down, okay? So, I don't know, Pisces, this feels specific, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to resonate for everyone, but what I'm getting from this, this message in general, is that and this is what I'm getting, okay? A lot of you that were in this Four of Swords stage, you decided to fast track. You decided to fast track, maybe unknowingly or knowingly, or maybe it was a contract that you agreed upon before coming to Earth, but you fast tracked, okay? And what this means is that maybe the first years of your life, or the first stages of your life, might have been the hardest, okay? Like you might have had a really rough childhood. You might have had a really rough upbringing. You might have had a really unstable kind of like all of the hardest lessons might have been shoved down your throat in your earlier years, like in the first stages of your life. And not saying that, you know, your life is easy now, I'm not saying that, but it's saying that a lot of those hard hits happen in those earlier stages, right? And so now you're kind of like, it's kind of like you decided to do your homework before going out, you know, to play. It's like you decided to take care of the hard work in your first stages of your life so that you can enjoy the rest of your life. That's what it feels like, and that's a soul level decision, okay? Some people have a really easygoing childhood and a really easygoing kind of like life up until a point where they get all their lessons. Lessons are gonna be there regardless, right? But some people have a very like mellow upbringing. Like, not saying that it's not challenging, but you know, we're talking about trauma. We're talking about like big life lessons. We're talking about like intense things that we have to go through, initiations, okay? That if they happen in your childhood, they're gonna really mark you the rest of your life, okay? And you're gonna have to learn how to heal that. You're gonna have to learn how to, you know, find empowerment and work around, not necessarily work around them, but it's like learn to empower yourself from those things that for a lot of people destroy them and mark them from for the rest of their lives. Rather than if you go through those things, you know, in a later stage of your life, when you have the context, when you have the tools, the understanding to work through those things so that it doesn't impact you and traumatize you and compartmentalize you, you know? So it's like a lot of you were those people that fast track. So your childhood might have been very rough. Your upbringing might have been very rough. the first stages of your life, you might have had a lot of traumatizing events, but it's kind of like, see it this way, Pisces, because there's no way to say, like, see it this way. You already did the heavy lifting. You already did the heavy work to enjoy the rest of your life. So it was like you were that person that decided to do the homework before the playtime kind of situation. So it's like, now all it is, Pisces, because you've done the hardest, okay? You've cleared the way. You've cleared the path, okay? Not just for now, okay? You've done lifetimes of work, okay? That are going to impact your generation and your lineage 7 generations behind and 7 generations ahead, okay? Because that's how much of an impact you've created, a ripple effect. So pat yourself on the back, Pisces, because this takes courage, okay? This takes, I don't even want to use the word, but this takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of bravery. And so a lot of you are not necessarily honoring this stage of your life. A lot of you feel like you've fallen behind on the game, but you haven't. I can guarantee you, Pisces, you haven't. You are actually ahead. Now all it is like, look how we go from a 4 of swords to a King of Pentacles. How the heck does this happen? How? Where's the process? Where is the in-between? What are the steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you're going from a 4 to a King. Pisces, what happened? What happened here? What happened? This happened, Pisces. You took some time off to work on yourself, to set yourself up for life. Okay, so this next cycle that's coming in your life is going to be the foundation and the framework for the rest of your life. You've done amazing work, Pisces. Please pat yourself on the back. A lot of you, I feel like you're kind of like yawning and kind of stretching, and you're coming out of this phase of your life and you're ready. You feel like you're ready. Energetically though, I feel like there's still some things, like some of you might still feel like this energy of napping during the daytime. Some of you might want to sleep a little bit more, but you're really enjoying that time. Why, Pisces? If you're feeling some like sleepy energy, or like if you feel like you want to sleep a little bit more, grant yourself that opportunity, because you're getting ready to skyrocket, Pisces. So prepare yourself, get all the sleep, all the rest that you can get your hydration, get your vitamins, okay? Take it nice and easy, because it's about to hit and it's about to be big, okay? It's about to pop, Pisces. We're going from a 4 to a King. This is very significant, okay? 27 minutes on the clock and I can't even put the cards down. So Pisces, I feel like I don't even need to touch into the rest of the reading. I will, but this is the most important part to remember. You're going from a 4 of Swords to the King of Pentacles. So if any of you are feeling, again, like a need to sleep a little bit longer, I need to, I don't know, maybe some self-care, all right? Like, I don't know, take a salt bath, you know, clean the whole house, get aromatherapy, get some essential oils, light some candles, get some flowers for the house. Anything that feels good, okay, like in your environment, anything you can do to make yourself feel good. And I'm not saying like overindulging at all. Maybe some of you might have felt a little bit like of that overindulgence energy. It's okay right now. It's okay. I'm not saying slack off or anything, okay? Like that's not what I'm saying. It's just kind of okay to do anything you can to energetically prepare yourself, okay? Because I can tell you right now, what I'm seeing here is the ideas are there, the projects are there, the goals, everything is very clear. You know what it is that you want to achieve. You know in what time frame. You know what it is that you want. The ideas are there, the divine momentum is there, the information is there, everything's laid out. But energetically is kind of like still a little bit of aligning in the energy sense, okay? And so again, for some of you, it's going to be sleep. For some of you, it's going to be self-care. For some of you, it literally might mean, I don't know, like spending a weekend watching movies and not doing a whole lot. For some of you, it might mean disappearing for a little while, going inside. Whatever it is, it's like you have these last couple of days before what, like, when's the 1st of April? I'm not saying that the 1st of April is when you should get back to work, but it's like you have a couple of days, you know? We are already on the Aries season, or coming up into the Aries season, but it's like, it doesn't mean that on the 1st you just hit the ground running. It means like really like temper yourself, prepare yourself. What does your body need right now? Okay? Because you need to prepare your body to catch up with everything that you've done. Pisces, I don't think you understand, like energetically, spiritually, you've laid the framework for the rest of your life, like for success. Like you've laid those blueprints of what it is that you want to manifest, okay? All those visions, all those dreams, all those goals, all those wants, okay? All those no's led you to a yes. When you had a relationship, when you had a situation, a job that you're like, okay, that's a heck no, I do not want that, that pushed you to what it is that you want. So even if you say, okay, I haven't really had what it is that I wanted, so how am I gonna know what that is? Well, think about all the no's in your life, all the things that didn't work out, all the things that were not aligned with you. That's gonna tell you exactly what is aligned for you, okay? Because it's gonna be the polar opposite of what you experienced. In a sense, I mean, you yourself will know how to temper that. So what I'm getting here is you need to prepare your body for what's about to take place, Pisces, because now what this year is going to be, and this is also the Saturn coming into Pisces, okay? What this year is going to be a year of cashing out, okay? King of Pentacles. And I've said this before, it's a year of cashing out because energetically and physically, like that's what's going to be connecting, okay? Because again, what does Saturn and Pisces mean, okay? Like if you've been in La La Land, if you've been manifesting, if you've been in the ethereal realms, Saturn brings you back down to earth and it grounds you. Why? Why, Pisces? Because all the manifestation, all the visualization, all the goals, all of that already happened. You already took care of that. You already set yourself up for success. So now when Saturn comes into Pisces, it's like, okay, what are the physical things we need to do? What are the calls we have to make? What are the daily things, the routines, the schedules, the time management that we have to do to manifest this? Because all we're doing is we're bringing it from the vortex into reality. That's all we're doing. We're digging our hand in our vortex and we're just pulling it into reality. That's what Saturn is here to do for us, okay? And Saturn is in Pisces, I think 2 to 3 years, something like that. So these 2 to 3 years, Pisces, and I'm not saying you have to wait 2 to 3 years, but like now, from Saturn coming into Pisces, this is already starting to take place, okay? So it's a matter of materializing. That's what it is, okay? We're going from being within, okay? 4 of Swords is mind space, okay? So we go from mind space to physicality, from being in your head, from living in your head maybe, from being within, from being inside, maybe inside of your home, maybe inside of your cocoon, maybe inside of your mind, maybe inside of your spiritual process. Whatever it is, this is inside, this is outside, okay? We go from the mind space to physicality and reality, to where you can touch it, feel it, grab it, okay? So this is very important, Pisces, and I don't even know why this is coming in this way, but ask your body what it needs right now. Does it need, okay, sometimes you drink water, but you don't feel hydrated, okay? So sometimes you need electrolytes, okay? Mix a little bit of salt and sugar and lime in your water, and you're gonna notice a big difference, okay? Hydration, important. Vitamins, okay? Maybe B12, maybe vitamin D, okay? Whatever that is. Like, give your body what it needs, because your body is about to get ready to do a lot of work. Because here, what it feels like, Pisces, is like your body has been, I don't know if it's like a sedentary kind of lifestyle or more like within yourself, like doing a lot of the spiritual work, a lot of the energetic work has taken a toll. So maybe you're not doing a whole lot physically, but you are feeling exhausted. Why? Because spiritually and energetically, you've been creating a lot, okay? So that's why sometimes we feel like we're doing a lot, but it's not showing in our physical reality. Prepare yourself, Pisces, because that's exactly the shift that is happening. From being inside to seeing it happening outside of you. So right now it's very important to listen to your body. What does your body need? Is it more sleep? Is it vitamins? Is it water? Is it a chill day where you don't have any responsibilities and you can just, I don't know, watch movies all day? Whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to be comfy under your blankets, if you want to just take a day and like, I don't know, like sun bathe or whatever it is, ask your body what it needs and give it to your body, because your body is getting ready to catch up with everything you've created. Okay, so for a lot of you, it's like your body goals, okay? For a lot of you, it's creating the business that you want to have. For a lot of you, it's having those investments, those savings. For a lot of you, it's getting that house. For a lot of you, it's getting that relationship. For a lot of you, it's getting new furniture, getting a new style, getting your hair done, like completely recreating yourself, okay? So what this year is going to be about, Pisces, is your physicality, your physical reality aligning with the things that you created energetically, okay? So a lot of you are going to be cashing out majorly, drastically this year, next year, and the year after that, okay? So really take advantage of this time, okay? King Pentacles status, that's exactly where you're going. And this is a 4 to a king. Like, there is no in between, Pisces. Like, this is a big leap. This is what you call quantum leaping, okay? That's why a lot of people say, oh, overnight success, oh, this, like Pisces just disappeared and then popped out and then Pisces is winning. Like, what the heck? Where was Pisces? What was Pisces doing? This. You were doing lifetimes of work, okay? So pat yourself on the back, congratulate yourself, and not for a second doubt what it is that you've been through or what it is that you've done, because you've really set yourself up for success lifetimes to come, all right? And it's not saying that you have to reincarnate or anything like that. It just means that you've handled a lot of your lessons, okay? So the more lessons you go through, the more you fast track, the more time you have to enjoy your life. Does that make sense? Because again, if your lessons are spread out, so that it doesn't hit you too hard, so that it doesn't rock the boat too much, fine. You know, some people like it that way. But other people just want to get it over with so that they can get to the good part. And that's who I'm speaking to, because this Four of Swords is a very, very, again, this card is depicted as being in your own coffin, literally dead, because it literally, like, you'll have to die and come back and recreate yourself like the phoenix from the ashes. That's literally what it means. Like, you go through so much that you literally die energetically, like you have an ego death, like spiritually, that you have to be rebirthed to have a new life. So that's what it means. So it's a huge destruction process. So it does set you up for success though. So I don't know, Pisces, I can't even put the damn cards down. Wow, it's just so beautiful, because a lot of you that have been praying, that have been asking, is like, okay, what the heck? It's like, you know how they say clap for others until it's your turn? You've been doing that, Pisces. You've been clapping for everyone around you, and you might have even felt happy inside of yourself, maybe even a little teary-eyed, you know, when you've seen people around you accomplishing things, okay? Maybe you went MIA, you came back in, you checked in a little bit, you noticed how people's lives was progressing, you know? And instead of feeling like, why didn't it happen for me? Why am I still, you know, on the sidelines? Why am I still having to wait? Why is it happening for them and not for me? Am I being left behind? Instead of doing that, Pisces, what you did, you got happy for them inside. You felt those warm, fuzzy feelings inside, and you genuinely felt happy for them. You genuinely felt thankful for what it is that they have, and that they are achieving those things in their life. You genuinely celebrated them, Pisces. And the thing is, maybe if you did this like by yourself, maybe you didn't even tell them, Spirit saw that, universe saw that, and that's a test of character, okay? And to you, it may not mean a whole lot, but to divine, to your angels, to your guides, it shows a level of maturity, okay? Because what would someone who is less mature do? Kick, scream, cry about it. Why not me? Why not me? Why am I still here? Why am I left behind? Why did they get all this and not me, right? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, like little kid kind of energy, right? Immature. But that wasn't you. That wasn't you. This was you, okay? And so this is the test of character. We go from the 4 to the 5, all right? We go again from the 4 to the king, all right? Look at the transition. It's very significant. So instead of being this person of like, why not me? Why them? You know, what did they do different? And start to compare, again, the fastest way to ruin a very special thing is to compare it to something else, right? So instead of being that whiny, not like, I want to use the word whiny, because these are like life things, like life situations that impact us so deeply. Again, for some of us, it has to do with our livelihood, with our resources, with our stability, with our ability to provide for ourselves, for our families. For some of other people, it has to do with fulfillment and feeling aligned spiritually. For other people, it has to do with wanting to be a part of this life and wanting to feel like this life matters, you know? And so it's big things, okay? It's big things. However, the attitude, the character, the way that you handle this is what will change things for you. And again, it doesn't feel like much, because it's like we live our own lives. Sometimes nobody really sees what happens, but Spirit does, divine does. And who's behind it all? Who's behind it all? Who is really the one that guides us through the lessons? Who is really the one that has a hold of the curriculum and the lessons that we're being handed? Our angels, our guides, our higher self, God, divine universe, whatever you want to call it. And so when they see this change of character within you, Pisces, everything changes, okay? Because a lot of you, it's like you might have been clapping for other people's success, waiting for your own, but then time passed. A lot of time passed, and it's like, well, where is mine? Maybe years passed, and it's like, okay, I've been clapping for everyone, but what about me, you know? And that's the true test of character. Because anyone can clap, right? Anyone can clap for someone else's, you know? But what is the true, like, what is the difference, right? Not the common denominator, but what's the difference between clapping for someone else and kind of getting so tired of clapping for everyone else and waiting for your own to happen that you kind of start to go into this attitude or like perspective. And so the difference here, or the common denominator, I guess, would be the amount of time that you've been in this place, how long it's taken you to get your successes. And so that's the thing, Pisces. A lot of you were in this place for a very long time. A lot of you started clapping for others because that's naturally who you are. But sometimes time gets to you. Time gets to you, you know? And it's like, wow, you know, I kind of been here for a little while. You know, I was expecting my ships to come in, and you know, I've been sitting here for a little while, and as you can see here, look at the difference. They're both sitting, okay, wherever they're at, but look at the change of character. Look at the change of attitude from 4 to 5. That's a massive shift, okay? Just like from the 4 of Swords to the King of Pentacles, massive shift. So Pisces, I don't think you understand. You're not playing by the 3D rules and regulations, Pisces. You are freaking quantum leaping. That's why Pisces, okay, this is the thing. This is what fascinates me about Pisces. This is why I read for Pisces, because you fascinate me. A lot of the things that you create, a lot of things that you do and that you manifest, you probably wouldn't be able to explain to someone else. Like maybe you can use the common rules of manifestation and quantum physics. You might be able to do that, Pisces, but you literally manifest things out of thin air like no one else does. And some of you may not even be able to explain how this happens, but it just happens. Some of you have this innate expectation that things should just happen, that things should just come to you, that things should just be. And you're not wrong for that, Pisces. You know why? Because before you incarnated here, you were a very high level. Why would you have an expectation for something, Pisces, if you've already haven't had proof of it? That means that you're coming from a very high level. A lot of you come from ascended planets, okay? Where manifestation is instant, okay? So you come here to 3D and it's like everything is so slow. You got to do all this work. You got to clock in the hours. You got to do this. You got to do that. And it's like, what the heck? Like this feels so foreign to me. I'm not even from here. I feel like a different species. I don't even feel like I fit in here in this planet, you know? And so a lot of you, okay, and ask yourself this question. You don't have to tell me. Do you have this innate expectation that it should already have happened? That it should already be here? That if you want it, you can just have it? Because that's how it works. Where you come from, that's how it works. That's how it is. Meaning you've already had it. Meaning you've already been at that level, okay? So it's only a catch-up game now, Pisces. It's only a catch-up game because, again, a lot of people have reincarnated into this planet so many lifetimes. That's why sometimes when Pisces souls are born into this planet, it's like they don't understand how everybody just goes along with it. They don't understand how everybody's just okay with it. How everybody can just exist and go about their life and not wonder, not ask questions, not want more, not want to seek more expansion. It's like, you know, it feels like, you know, you're missing home. And oftentimes you go through this world feeling homesick and not understanding and not being able to fully connect with the experience or with the people because you just feel like you're from a different world because you literally are. And so that's why, Pisces, that's why. So it's very different for you because instead of, let's say that you have a goal, right? And it's like you write out that list of like 1, 2, 3. These are all the 3D rules, laws, and regulation. I need to spend 20 years doing this. I need to do some more of that. You know how people normally go about life. For you, it's like I want it. I think about it. I get blissed out. I lower my resistance. You know, I lower the because sometimes when we want something, we literally start to manifest it and we start bringing it into our experience, but then we doubt it and then we push it away. So it's like this push and pull kind of dynamic, right? So the more you get into this like blissful state, the more you get into this happy state where you're not checking the time, where you're not worried about when your manifestations are going to get here, it's like the faster it comes, okay? And so a lot of you, and I know Pisces, I read for Pisces, I have a lot of Pisces people in my life, I'm a Pisces. A lot of you have manifested huge things, okay? Amazing things out of thin air. And it's like all odds were stacked against you and you still made it, okay? So again, I know a lot of Pisces in my life. And so if this doesn't resonate, it's not your reading. But a lot of the Pisces that I know have manifested things even when all odds were stacked up against you, when the world was against you, when everyone was against you, but spirit was on your side, you still got the car, you still got the house, you still got the job, you still got the position, you still got it. Okay? And again, the world is very competitive. So what it is that you want, other people want it too. Okay? So the thing here is that you didn't compete like other people competed. Like you didn't go into that scarcity mindset. You didn't try to, I don't know, like step on someone else. Like all you did was voice it into the universe. And you, Pisces, hold divine favor over a lot of people. And again, not saying that anyone's better than anyone, but because you're so spiritually tapped in, okay, because you developed your gifts and your intuition, again, you're the 12th sign of the zodiac wheel, you have divine priority and you have divine favor, okay? Because you're coming in from an ascended planet or from an ascended level to bring your wisdom, to bring your information, to infuse your codes, to lift the vibration and the frequency. And divine will prioritize those people. Yes, okay? Life isn't necessarily fair, okay? Life is levels. And so it doesn't mean that anyone's better than anyone. It just means that people at certain stages of their life, they have different levels. They have different lessons that they have to learn. But you coming in, not being from this world, you know, and creating in this world, and coming in with the sole purpose of service, of mission, of love, of compassion, of giving back, of sharing, you know, because Pisces, again, have the biggest heart. Why? Because they've already been able to ascend and transcend the lower levels, okay? So again, it's a matter of respecting where everyone is in their path, but it's also a matter of knowing who you are, Pisces, and why things manifest for you in that way. And I'm not saying that things haven't been hard for you. I'm not saying that you haven't done hard work to get the things that you wanted. What I'm saying here is for you to acknowledge how you manifest, how you make things happen, and really, really tap into those experiences where you got things that you shouldn't have had, okay? And when I say you shouldn't have had, it means that other people might have had, I don't know, more years of experience, might have had more money, might have had more qualifications, might have had a higher advantage over you physically, but divinely, you were favored. Therefore, you got it. You had it. And so there's a need to acknowledge that, Pisces, because there's a need to acknowledge the power that you hold from the other side, how to harness that, how to leverage that to get to the next level in your life, okay? And what does this mean, Pisces? Some of the things that you know, you don't even know how you know them, okay? Certain visions come into your mind, prophetic dreams, okay? You get a psychic nudge here and there, and you know things that you shouldn't know. You know things that would be impossible for you to know unless you were spying, unless you were, you know, and you just naturally know this. And what is that? High priestess energy, intuition. Where does that intuition come from? Okay, it comes from within, but it also comes from your guides. It comes from the spirits around you. It comes from your angels. It comes from your higher self. They can see the future. They can see the past. They can see alternate realities, okay? And when you have a good relationship with the divine guides, with your divine higher self, when you prioritize that connection with divinity, with spirituality, if you make that your number one priority, everything else in your life is going to work out. Why, Pisces? Because you're living your life in your highest alignment. And you are one to prioritize your spirituality. A lot of people, Pisces, in the 3D, it's like, if I can't see it, it doesn't exist, right? I can only see what's in front of me, so I'm only going to work, you know, based on what's in front of me. So it's like that more masculine energy, that 3D energy of like, I'm going to work with what I have, what I can touch, feel, and grab, because that's the only thing that I can show for, right? But for you, Pisces, dominating the ethereal realms, the spiritual realms, being the 12th sign on the zodiac wheel, living literally, you know, one foot in the spiritual world and another one in the physical, and maybe even sometimes 2 feet in the spiritual, and tapping in and out of the physicality. You know, a lot of you live like that. So there's a need to know that you have that power, and that not a lot of people have that, Pisces. You live within yourself. You've only been within yourself your entire life. So for you, it's normal. But outside of you, Pisces, I can tell you, it's not. A lot of people don't live their life like you do, okay? A lot of people don't live their life based on synchronicities, based on miracles, based on intuition and guidance. Because the voices in their life are too loud for them to even pay attention to the spiritual nudges. And so they live their life like this and not like this, okay? This is someone who lives on divine will, by divine grace, by miracles, divine favor. It's like, look how much magic is in his reality. Look at hers. To someone who's grown bored, okay, of reality. Look, she's not even in a gloomy place. Like the sky is blue, there's some trees, some greenery, but she's still kind of bored. There's not a whole lot of magic here, okay? Look how much magic is in this card. So you live your life, 4828 on the clock, based on magic. And again, Pisces, there's a need to acknowledge that not a lot of people do this. And I don't even know why I'm spending so much time here, because there's something here that wants to come out. I don't know how it wants to come out, but there's a need, Pisces, to really leverage your connection to the spiritual realms, okay? And this is specific, so if it doesn't resonate with you, please don't make it fit. If you know that this reading is for you, you're going to feel it. You're going to resonate with it, because you're going to know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Because what this means is that you don't necessarily win in this life, because this isn't even like necessarily like, it's like this 3D world doesn't feel like your home, right? And so, because it's not, right? And so where it is that you're coming from, You have a lot of support and a lot of guidance, so lean on them, Pisces. Lean on them. For a lot of people, they learn from people here, right? They learn from their parents, they learn from their families, they learn from the teachers, they learn from their co-workers, from their boss, they learn from life, right? Because they play the life game. But you don't, Pisces. You're more on the spiritual side, and that's where your strength lies. So what this is, Pisces, is playing to your strengths. Where do you have the support? Who's been there for you since day one and always supported you and has not betrayed you, has not turned on you, and has loved you unconditionally from day one? Who? Okay? Your divine guides, your divine light team. They don't abandon you. They don't abandon you like people do. Okay? And so that is where you pull your strength from. And understand this, Pisces, because if this is your reading, this is going to be a game changer for you, okay? And for a lot of you, it already is. You already know that you do this, okay? So it's not new information. You already know this. For a lot of you, lean on them and leverage that connection, Pisces. What does this mean? Really prioritize affirmations or prayer, meditation, however it is that you connect to the other side, that you connect to your guides, prioritize that. If it means lighting a candle for them to show your gratitude, if it means, you know, getting them flowers, okay? Like getting your guides flowers. I don't even know if you can see them here. Bring them. So it's like I get my guides flowers, you know. I just get flowers, you know, for the house, just to show gratitude, you know, things like that, like little offerings. And what the spirit guides, what angels, what your guides love a lot is that you acknowledge them, that you say thank you, and that you really feel it. Because a lot of the angel messages, synchronicities, and miracles that you get is like, where do you think it's coming from? You know, from the higher realms. They support you. They're the ones that have been there from day one. And so there's a need to really lean on your team. A lot of times people think, okay, it's my circle, right, around me. Yes, network and count on your circle. But for a lot of you that have been in this phase of the Four of Swords, it's like you were stripped. So you didn't really necessarily have a circle or people that you could trust. What does this mean? You rely on divine, okay? The Hierophant, okay? The divine. And so there's a need to leverage that connection. Have a really good connection with your angels, with your guides, with your higher self, with God, whoever it is that you connect with, your ascended masters. Have a really good connection with them, Pisces, because they're the ones that are going to help you make your dreams happen. They're the ones that are going to bring opportunities to your doorstep. Okay, that's what this card signifies. Okay, this is a world in the 3D without magic. This is a world in the 5D, number 5, the Hierophant, magical freaking reality where manifestations, synchronicities, opportunities come to your door knocking. Why? Who brings them forth? Who aligns them? Who's behind the scenes? Who calls the shots, Pisces? It's kind of like, I don't know if this analogy makes sense, but it's kind of like, you know, when you want to get to the decision maker, it's like you need to get past the gatekeeper. That's kind of what you have to do, Pisces. You have to get past the gatekeeper and go to the source. Who's the source? Who's the source? Who pulls, you know, who makes all the calls behind the scenes? Divine, right? And so if you have a really good relationship with them, you acknowledge them, you have prayer, meditation, you bring offerings to them, whatever that is. Maybe you dedicate a time where you share that gratitude. Maybe you invite them for dinner. Again, I don't even know why this is coming in. It sounds kind of woo-woo and esoteric, but Pisces, if this is your reading, you're going to know that you have had divine hand in all the things that you've been able to accomplish, okay? You've had that divine aid. Not even divine aid, divine favor, divine priority, okay? And so there's a need to know who's really on your team and who's been there from day one. And to really, I don't know, like nurture that relationship however you feel most connected. You know, for some people it's nature. For some people it's lighting a candle with intention. For other people it's prayer. For other people it's bringing offerings, maybe beautiful crystals, maybe flowers, maybe roses. For other people it's building an altar. For other people is plant medicine or some kind of retreat where they really get to connect to the spiritual side. But they do like to be acknowledged. They do like to be thanked. They do like to be a part of your celebrations, you know? And so that's kind of where you should lean on, Pisces, because you're coming to a very big period of success. King of Pentacles. Again, this is what you've been doing. You've been building the spiritual side of your life, the energetic blueprints, for you to be able to hold the success physically. So it's like you've been working on your foundation. That's a number 4, okay? Number 4 is all about foundation. So think about the pyramid, okay? The pyramid, right? So what have you been doing this entire time? You've been working on the foundation, Pisces, for the pyramid to be built. What's going to hold that pyramid? The foundation. So that's what you've been doing. Pat yourself on the back because you've done amazing work to now hold the winds, okay? That pyramid could not hold itself if the foundation was not strong enough. It would be a house of cards, okay? So a lot of you were destroyed in this process for you to be able to build something that was going to be sustainable for years to come, generations to come. So yes, Pisces, 54 minutes. Let's finish this reading. So the world in the reverse. So what this feels like is that you're in those final stages. The thing is, like, the chapter already closed, but I think you're making peace with that. Also, the world is card number 21. 2 + 1 is 3. I don't know why this is not focusing. I think the light's too bright. Anyways, the world, card number 21. 2 + 1 is 3, meaning that the cycle has closed this month of March, like major cycle of your life. Like, again, not even a chapter, a whole freaking book. Okay, like it's closed. But I feel like you're still like emotionally or energetically letting that go. It's like you're kind of aware that the chapter has ended, but you're kind of like still like energetically or emotionally still connected to the past cycle. Okay, so there's a need to really, and again, I'm not gonna say like release it, let it go. Like, how easy would that be, right? If like, okay, let me just let this go, right? It would be so easy. Everyone would be able to let go of their baggage and their past. It's not that easy. But there's a need to really like, and I think that you already know this, that this chapter, this cycle has closed. So it feels more like residual energy. For some of you, it literally is spending a little bit more time there, a little bit more time sleeping, a little bit more time catching up, a little bit more time tying those loose ends and making peace with the past. That's truly what it is for some of you. Just a little bit more time. And again, we have time. Okay, there is no rush. The thing is, this ending has already happened and this beginning is waiting for you. But the new beginning, Ace of Wands, is in the reverse because some of you are still in that process of letting go of the old cycle. It's like mentally you already know it ended, but maybe energetically and emotionally you might, and maybe even mentally, you might even be still connected to that. What does that mean? Like, you still might think from that like mind frame or mindset. You might still feel those emotions. You might still get those flashbacks. You might still be a little bit in survival mode. Because of the things that you went through in the past. It's not necessarily that you're in survival mode because of the present moment. It's more so that you're in survival mode because of the past. So not even the present. So, and again, that's kind of specific. So I don't think it's going to resonate for everyone, but like the Ace of Wands is here. Like, this new beginning is available to you right now, but some of you are still making peace with the last, and it's normal. Okay, like I don't want to say like, oh, let it go, like close it, you know, you're done with it, move on. Like, no, because sometimes you need that little bit of time. Sometimes you need that little bit of time to like readjust yourself, to test out your new wings, and to really just like take it easy. Like, Aries season is here, and again, this is the fire, Ace of Wands. Like, once you start moving into this new chapter, Pisces, it's gonna take off. Like, it's fire, Pisces, so it's gonna move faster than maybe the last 2-3 years of your life. So it's quantum leaping, Pisces. If you haven't looked into quantum leaping, that's exactly what you're doing. Okay, you're going from a 4 of Swords to a freaking King of Pentacles. Like, what the heck happened there? Where are the steps? Where's the process? You're just leaping, you're just jumping, and it's happening. This is a really long reading, Pisces. I don't know if it's gonna upload. I hope it does, because some of you, I don't know, maybe this message is just for one person. I don't know. But Pisces, the new chapter is here for you, so just know it's there. Okay, I'm not rushing anyone. Okay, I'm just feeling the fire as I touch these cards. The reason it's in the reverse again is because some of you are still making peace with that last chapter. Okay, what this feels like, Pisces, also, it's like the new beginning is here. The new phase is here. It's brand new. Like, it's got like all the packaging is still on it intact. You haven't opened it. It's sitting in your living room. The present, the gift is there. You made it. You haven't even opened it. Like, the packaging is intact, yes, but I don't know how. Okay, like, I don't even know how to connect this, because it's coming in metaphorically, but then it's coming in specifically and practically. Okay, so specifically and practically, you're sitting in a new life. All right, you're already in it. Okay, you already arrived. This happened the month of March. Okay, 2 + 1, 3. Month of March, you got this new beginning. Okay, this new lease on life. But some of you have a lot of like the old mindset and mentality and habits. Habits is being highlighted. A lot of you still have some of the old habits that are not necessarily allowing you to step into this new beginning. Okay, so for some of you, it's literally just habits. I don't even want to say bad habits, maybe just habits. Maybe the way that you allocate your time, maybe the activities that you engage in, maybe the mindset, maybe the energies, because you're coming from a more like within kind of energy, and now you're kind of being called to this fire energy that is very like outside of yourself. It's like you're still kind of living like this when there's this new chapter for you that requires a new set of habits. And for some of you, it's as practical and as simple as new habits and new routines. But it's here, Pisces. And this new beginning of Ace of Wands is to your King of Pentacles. So it's major, Pisces. It's major. And so, yeah. Queen of Swords in the reverse. You're kind of getting out of this energy. I feel like this energy has benefited you a lot. This Queen of Swords energy. Because you've had to cut a lot of people out of your life. A lot of bad habits. A lot of situations out of your life. You've had to go into a very cold mindset. Not cold. I don't want to use the word cold. But you've really had to like lower the emotions, or I don't want to use the word lower, but like really tone down the emotions so that you could make it to the other side. The thing is, you already made it to the other side, but you're still in the energy of the Queen of Swords. And you know, I feel like it does benefit you a lot. I feel like it does benefit you a lot, but it's also in the reverse because there's a need to go from Queen of Swords to King of Pentacles. That's the difference. Like, Queen of Swords has helped you get to this point so that you can step into the Queen of Pentacles. Does that make sense? So it's like both of these energies have served you, but like the Four of Swords, the Queen of Swords is already a phase that you have already dominated. Like, you already overcame this period of your life. Like, going cold did benefit you, but now it's like there's a matter of cashing out now. And so it's a very different energy of trying to make it to when you already made it, and now it's a time to start building from that place. Does that make sense? So it's like it served you well, and it's here, like you have the codes, you have that energy that you can pull out whenever you need it. Like, whenever you need that sword, you can pull it out. But it doesn't necessarily have to be your way of being anymore. Does that make sense? Because, again, we have a few reversals here, but I'm not seeing it as a bad thing. I'm just seeing it like you're kind of clearing out the debris from the old cycle to step into the new one. And again, we're going from the ending to the new beginning. So we're starting with the ending to the new beginning. Both in the reverse, because there's still some like emotional or energetic work that you're doing to kind of like clear that. So again, if you're feeling the need to sleep more, to eat more, to take more vitamins, to whatever it is that your body is asking you for right now, give it to your body, because you're getting ready to really skyrocket. So it's like, prepare yourself. It's kind of like preparing before a match, you know? It's like whatever you have to do, physically get ready, because you're quantum leaping, Pisces. It's a very matter of fact kind of thing, because if you resonated with this reading, it means that you've already gone through this phase to get to this phase. So the groundwork is already laid in front of you. And so now it's a matter of physicality catching up with the spirituality and the energetic work that you already did. So, yes, Pisces, again, the Queen of Swords, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing because it got you to where you are now. But there's a need to kind of like start to ease from this Queen of Swords energy into this King of Pentacles energy, because the moment is already here, okay? At the center of your reading, the Hierophant, number 5. The change is already here, all right? The freedom is already here. Like, everything that you've been working towards is already here. And so you're getting this aha moment. You're getting this breakthrough, this download, this information that is reaffirming and confirming you made it, Pisces. You made it. Now you find yourself in this new world, in this new cycle, in this brand new beginning, Ace of Wands. So it's like, start acting like it, start living it, because some of you are kind of like in this energy and it's already like expired. Like this phase already expired. It's already overdue. Again, the 4 of Cups to the 4 of Swords. Like, these 4s, you've already made it out onto the 5. Does that make sense? So we're going from 4-4 within and kind of like being here for such a long time to a 5, finally getting the breakthrough to Ace of Wands, your new beginning, to King of Pentacles, that massive quantum leap from the 4 to the King. So that's all I have for this reading, Pisces. I don't know, I'm not going to do an extended reading for this. There's no need. I already went an hour. Like, I can't believe it. I don't know. Maybe this message is for literally one person. I have no idea, Pisces. I don't even know why the channeling came in like this. Pisces, that's all I have. If you would like a private reading, the information's in the description box below. Make sure to include your name, your birthday, and your questions. But for now, Pisces, whoever you are, congratulations. You've made it to this moment. You've made it to this point. You've made it, Pisces. If nobody else has told you, if nobody else has acknowledged you, you freaking made it, Pisces. I don't know how you freaking did it. I don't know how. And a lot of you have quantum leaped. That's what I'm getting. Because there is no process from 4 to King. What the heck? What happened? Where are the steps? You're literally just quantum leaping from one reality to the next. Amazing, Pisces. Amazing. I don't even think you know how freaking magical you are. Pisces, I don't know. Congratulations. You made it. Blessings. Take care, Pisces.